Hi everyone, I am coming to you from Dublin. I've just spent the most incredible few days here in Ireland meeting with people. I've met with surrogacy lawyers, advocates from the surrogacy community and a politician. So I was lucky enough to connect with Annette Hickey, who is a surrogacy lawyer here in Ireland. Went out and met with her in Kilkenny, which is a beautiful little town just south of Dublin. We spoke about surrogacy law reform campaigning and what's been happening here in Ireland. I then came back to Dublin and I was able to meet with Mary Siri-Carney, who was a senator here in the Oireachtas, but is also a parent through surrogacy. And the meeting with Mary was just incredible to have an opportunity to ask her not just about the law reforms, but also the campaign for change, which was somewhat led by Irish Families Through Surrogacy. And I was later able to meet with Ciara Merrigan from Irish Families Through Surrogacy, who has been part of leading that campaign to bring attention to the issues around parentage and surrogacy, particularly for children born through surrogacy overseas. And then today I met with another surrogacy lawyer, Fiona Duffy, and besides giving me a tour of Dublin and Dunleary, which was amazing, we also got to talk about surrogacy law reform and campaigning here in Ireland. So a few things that I've really appreciated is, in particular, just how generous people have been to spend time with me, to give me their knowledge and share their experiences, and to want to show me around Ireland, but also to talk about their beautiful country. And then also what I've really learned is about the power of storytelling, and particularly having that shared experience with Mary in the Oireachtas, but also from parents and children from surrogacy, being able to share their experiences and really humanise the face of surrogacy for these families and the impact of surrogacy laws or the lack of surrogacy laws in Ireland. What I've also noticed is that centering the child is really crucial in those campaigns. We often talk about parents through surrogacy or surrogates' rights, but actually what really drives it home in terms of why we need to reform our laws is the impact on children who often don't have a voice when they're born through surrogacy, and that they need to be treated equally to all children. So really focusing on the rights of the child, not just in campaigning, but also bringing that attention for law reform and for legislators as to why these laws need to be changed and what the impact is on children. The other thing that I've really has been driven home for me is the importance of strength in calling out unethical behaviours. And if you know anything about surrogacy in Australia or overseas, you'll know that there are aspects of the surrogacy industry that are not ethical. And unfortunately, many of us that see these unethical practices don't feel like we can be loud about it and be publicly critical. We are in fact threatened with silencing if we do raise those issues. But I've just found a community of people that have the same concerns as me, and there's real strength in making sure that we speak truth to that and maintain our own ethics and integrity, particularly when we're drawing attention to the issues around surrogacy overseas and why it's important for surrogacy to be accessible in our own countries. Here in Ireland, they've been reforming their surrogacy laws. It remains to be seen whether the improvements in the surrogacy laws will lead to more accessibility and more surrogacy in Ireland. It's only very new and the laws haven't commenced yet, but I'd be really interested to see what it looks like in the next 5 to 10 years and whether these law reforms that have been campaigned for make it easier to do surrogacy in Ireland. What I understand is that the campaigning itself and the media attention and the Parliament talking about it has raised the profile of surrogacy in Ireland, but whether that leads to more domestic surrogacy, we'll have to wait and see. Ireland is beautiful, and I have to say I've just been so touched by how generous the people I've met with have been with me and giving me their time. And also that we're not just talking about laws and law reform and campaigning. We are talking about real people with real experiences of growing their family, and that we have this sort of heart-to-heart conversation. I have an experience of surrogacy. These people have different experiences, but we all know each other. We are part of the same community, and that has been incredibly moving and humbling and powerful. So from here, I head to London. I'm really excited about meeting with people in London to continue the conversation. They have been reforming their laws in England, so I'm really keen to see where that's heading. I'll keep doing videos. We'll see how we go. I hope everyone's well back home.